101.2 KWYO, The Boys Show, Ohio, Wyoming faithful. We've got our first victory of the season after defeating Toledo. How are we all doing out there? I'm doing mighty fine. It's 11 a.m. on a chilly Monday, September 10th here in Laramie. Jack Sable here to talk some Cowboys football, and how about them boys? A very nice rebound on Saturday to the season after knocking off Toledo 14-7 in the home opener. Let's jump right into it. I think I can finally get behind this offense. Right now, it's still going through a lot of growing pains, and it was pretty evident later on in the game. But that opening drive was one of the best opening drives I've seen in years. It wasn't fast. There wasn't a quick score. There wasn't really a key play or a big play. It was a long, methodical, surgical-like drive. And those kind of opening drives can really set the tone in a game. That didn't happen in this game, but it definitely was a sign of promise. And more importantly, we saw the wide receivers get a little more active in this one. Chris McNeil was the player of the game. He scored both touchdowns for Wyoming. And I talked to Mashburn about it after the game, and he said that all he's really asking of Brett Smith right now is to develop within the offense. Brett Smith is still adapting. He's done well this far, but Mashburn assures that he has no intention of making the receivers secondary. Yes, this offense does favor tight ends and fullbacks. But he believes that once Brett Smith figures it out, they're actually going to start airmailing it and becoming more dynamic in those bunch sets. On to the defense, who were dominant throughout that game. When the offense started to fall flat in the second half, they stepped their game up. 2 interceptions. They sacked Terrence Owens 5 times, 4 of them in the second half. And Zacha was all over the field. Corey Jones and Schober were blowing up the backfield. For all the lack of discipline that they have with tackling, they do a great job of creating pressure and forcing mistakes. It seems that it doesn't matter what look the offense comes in. Mashburn is set on bringing 5, 6, 7 guys to attack the quarterback. And thus far, it's worked. And if they could do that to Toledo, I can see them spanking UTEP. Let's get to some questions from our listeners. Remember, if you want to submit a question for the show, please leave it in the comments section up on our site. Our first question comes from Lance LeBlanc, who asks, what do you think of the QB Brett Smith's performance so far? In my opinion, he looks like a modern-day Peyton Manning when referring to all his audibles, but seems more like a game manager. Well, Lance, thank you for the question, and I do see some similarities to another Smith in the NFL, Alex Smith, who most would label as a bit of a game manager. He tries to make the smartest throw possible, but from what I've heard, Brett's got an arm, and he can throw it. I think that right now he's in a manager role because he's still figuring out this offense. But once it comes together, I think he'll have that label removed instantly. A modern Peyton Manning, no. I think that's just a result of Mashburn's style and teaching rather than what Smith actually is. But I love his performance thus far. He's gutsy, and I'm glad that he could be on board for another 2 years here. Next question is from Sizz88. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And his question is, with this Mashburn offense, could we expect to see one of Wyoming's tight ends being on the Heisman race in future seasons? Well, that's a tough one. Wyoming needs to put together a great season as a team before any tight end can even think about that. The biggest issue for any Wyoming player is that we play in the Mountain West Conference and don't have what most consider a strong schedule, which could change if Mashburn makes Wyoming a competitor every year. I mean, then you're talking about Wyoming, Boise State, Nevada, and Fresno State duking it out every year. And that could possibly generate some attention to Wyoming. Tight end of the year, however, I could see that happening in this offense and here at Wyoming. That could easily happen this year. If Mashburn were in the SEC, I still think it would be difficult, though. I mean, his tight end would have to transcend the usual tight end or just be flat out dominant to the point that he single-handedly affects games. But it could be possible. All right, one more question. This one is from Shiverain, and his question is that it was a great game against Toledo, but I feel the Cowboys got a few lucky breaks with some of Toledo's mistakes and bad calls. Wyoming has great skill players, but I believe that both the O-line and D-line will have to step up big time for Wyoming to have a shot in conference play. What are your thoughts? Well, yeah, I agree right away that the O-line is definitely going to have to get stronger. There were a number of run plays in that game against Toledo in which they had the right formation, right matchups, but the O-line either couldn't block their assignments or were undisciplined. It's an issue. However, on defense, I think their line is fine. They could improve, and with all that extra pressure they get from the linebackers and safeties, I think they'll be all right for now. But I don't know how they'll do in conference play. they could be top 4 this year with this kind of offense, even though they were expected to be near the bottom of the barrel. But I think we'll know once conference play starts. Now I have a better idea to kind of answer that question. Okay, on to recruits. Mashburn has finished gauging his prospects and seeing interest and potential, and has narrowed his list from 35 to 24. But here's who's in the spotlight for this week. Larry Gibbons, out of our biggest pipeline state, Colorado, is turning into a favorite of Mashburn's. He's ranked low on a few recruiting sites because he doesn't possess much raw physical skill, but he's very disciplined, and that's why Mashburn thinks highly of him. I think we do need a guy like him to play linebacker. Not physically overwhelming at 6'1", 214, but I think he'll put on some weight in college and he'll be a nice addition. And last up, we have another recruit from the Equality State, Sean Williams, a 6'3", 239-pound tight end. Nice size for the position with some good speed as well as a decent route runner. But once again, the biggest problem that we're having with these receivers and tight ends is that he has poor hands. He has the same problem as the big wide receiver out of Nevada, Evan Tolbert, who can make highlight catches, but just can't make the easy ones. And it's funny that I bring them up in the same breath because they both have Wyoming #1 on their list now. So good job with that Smashburn offense. And also the coveted middle linebacker out of California, Marcus Wright, now has moved Wyoming up from #5 to #3 on his list. Enough recruiting for this week. The second best team in the Mountain West Conference, Wyoming, well, at least according to the standings they are. They will be at home again next week as they host the UTEP Miners in what I think should be a cakewalk victory. The Pokes will be wearing all brown in this game when they get underway in War Memorial. Jack Sable here for 101.2 KWYO, The Boys Show. We'll be right back. Open and drive, boys. Let's see if we can keep the theme the same as last week and get a score in this first one as Wyoming lines up in the single back formation, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receiver split. As Smith will drop back the pass. He'll fire over the middle to Chris McNeil, who will pick up enough for the first down. Nice gain of 10 there to start off the drive. So here comes Colby Kierkegaard in at quarterback, and there's a hockey name for you. As Brett Smith gets checked out on the sideline, he seemed to injure his throwing arm, as Wyoming will hand it up straight up the middle. There goes Miller for a quick gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. They're coming out with a full house look in the pistol formation. As UTEP counters with 7 in the box, it's going to be play action, and Kierkegaard will drop back. He'll fire it back to Sutton, who drops the pass as Kierkegaard took a hit. 3rd and 6 snap. And here they come. They're going to line up in the pistol again. This time a strong look as they've got 3 wide. And Kierkegaard will run play action again. He's rolling right, and he gets hit as he throws. And that'll make it 4th and 6. Wyoming will punt. And here comes UTEP's first offensive possession as Wyoming is showing blitz. UTEP out in the single back formation. It looks like Wyoming's got 7. No, they're bringing 9 in the box. Holy cow. As Jeffrey takes the handoff, and he goes left side past the tackle, and that was almost disastrous. The blitz not paying off there as Jeffrey gets a gain of 17 on that carry. Lemielson out of the gun. He'll fire right side, got Harrison, and he will pick up only 6. 2nd and 4 after this short pass. They'll come out in a 2 tight end single back set as Lemielson puts the tight end in motion to the right side now. And it'll be a handoff to Nathan Jeffrey, and here he is loose again. He's got room, puts a quick spin move on, and he's finally shoved out of bounds. 1st and 10 now as they're nearing the red zone. UTEP in the single back formation with 3 wide as Wyoming brings the blitz in. They got him. It's Corey Jones starting where he left off last week with a huge sack on Nick Lemielson. 3rd and 18 now as War Memorial's trying to get loud. Out in the gun, UTEP will run a draw to Nathan Jeffrey, and he's loose again. Breaks Nzacha's tackle, and he tries to stretch forward, but does not pick up the first down. Wyoming's having trouble tackling this guy, and almost let him convert the 3rd and 18. And Brett Smith checks back in the game after getting his bruised elbow checked out. He's all right, as he will hand it off here to Brandon Miller, who may have room, but can't get the block that he needs to be sprung free. But picks up a gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. They'll give Brandon a little more credit on that run. It'll be 2nd and inches instead. As Smith comes out in the pistol, he's got 2 in the backfield, 2 out wide. As Smith calls for play action, and he's going to fire downfield. That's Rufford wide open. 10-5 touchdown. Dominic, you've got your first one of the season now. Wide open. UTEP bit all over the play action as Smith finally unleashes his arm and gets rougher in on an easy route. And how will UTEP respond as they come out in the shotgun 4 wide? Eliason will take the snap. It's the option. They're going to pitch it out to Jeffrey, who gets 2. Single back set, 3 wide, 1 tight end. As Eliason will take the snap. Fires over the middle. He's got Harrison wide open. And fortunately stopped before he caused any more damage. It'll be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 as they're nearing the red zone territory. Here comes UTEP out in the shotgun formation. They're going to bring a receiver in motion here. It's Harrison who gets leveled by Corey Jones. My, what a hit. Myson out of the gun. He'll fire left side. He's got a screen. That's trailed the wide receiver, and he whiffed on a tackle. And that's an easy score for UTEP, as I believe that was Huff who absolutely whipped on the tackle and let trail free. 1st and 10 out of the pistol. Wyoming looking to repeat results now, as Smith will hand it off to Miller. He's got blockers and he's got room, and there he goes. Past midfield, knocked out of bounds. A huge run from Brandon Miller. 1st and 10 now as Wyoming comes out in the I formation, 1 wide receiver, and they push the tackle over to the right-hand side. So there's 2 tackles there as Smith drops back the pass in this formation. He's firing out to Bruce, who has a slant on the left side, and he's down the sideline. Look at him go! Touchdown, Big Brucey! Showing you that the big boys got speed too. Watch it again here on replay. Just a simple little slant pattern. Coming across the middle. He's got a defensive lineman on him, and there's a corner. As Bruce takes the ball, he says, I got speed. Don't worry about this. Let me do the rest. After that 3 and out, Wyoming will start at their own 36-yard line. Strong formation here as the handoff will go to Miller. Up the middle, only gains 3 on the play. 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 now as Wyoming comes out in the strong formation again. They're going to move Big Brucey over to the right-hand side now as Smith will drop back to pass. He's going to fire it over to Lang, who will pick up the 1st down. Well done, 8 yards on the gain. 1st and 10 now, near midfield as Wyoming comes out in the pistol. Smith will be joined by Lang and Miller in the backfield. As Smith calls an audible, the receivers move in just a little bit. As Smith will hand it off to Miller straight up the middle for a nice gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 2 now as they're across midfield. Pistol formation again, this time Spencer Bruce out there at tight end as they're going to hand it off to Miller. And he's got some room, and he picks up enough for the 1st down. Nice running there for a gain of 7. Pistol formation with a bunch look as they've got Spencer Bruce and 2 wide receivers bunched to the line of scrimmage on the right. Ruffin on his own on an island to the left, and they're going to switch the play here. Pistol formation still. Now with 3 wide receivers as Bruce is lined up in the slot. And Smith will fire left side, and Ruffin drops the pass. 2nd and 10. Pistol formation again. This time that bunch look once more as Brett Smith takes a look at his offense. Sets himself. And takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to fire right side. And by the sideline, he's got McNeil. That will be a 1st down. A very, very accurate throw as McNeil stumbles out of bounds after making the catch. And Smith will bring McNeil in motion as he comes to the right side. And it'll be a handoff to Miller. Stopped in the backfield. Loss of 1. 2nd and 11 now for Wyoming. Pistol formation. They come out with 2 wide, 1 tight end, 2 in the backfield. As Smith takes the snap, they've got the screen set up for Miller. But Smith's going to fire downfield. That's Bruce wide open. That truck's got some wheels, apparently, because he was wide open, even though the screen was set up for Miller. Watch it again. No one was near him. That's about as easy as it gets, and Bruce gets his 2nd score of the day. 1st and 10 now for UTEP. How will they respond as this is starting to look like a blowout? Handoff to Jeffrey, and I think that was Shoba who blew right past him in the backfield and allowed a gain of 8. That makes it 2nd. And here comes 2nd and 10 now with UTEP coming out in the single back formation, 4 wide, I apologize, with a quick pass off to Harrison as he breaks the tackle and gets out of bounds. We've been calling Harrison's name quite a bit today, and UTEP picks up the 1st down. Shotgun formation, what looks like 3 wide, 1 tight end as Eliason drops back. All day to throw. No, here comes the pressure. and he hits his man, who breaks the tackle, breaks another one. He's at the 40, and stopped after a huge gain. It'll be first and 10 now for UTEP as they're inside the Wyoming 40-yard line. And Lemison will take the snap from the gun. Pressure comes, and UTEP will only get a short gain of 3 there. It'll be 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, 3 wide. And here comes Lemison, quickly throws it over the middle to Harrison, who picks up the first down. Single back, 2 tight end, 2 wide receivers as Jeffrey will get the handoff. And this time he is brought down back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now, single back formation again, 3 wide receiver. As they'll move the tight end in motion to the left side now. And Lemison will drop back. Rolling right now, looking, and he finds a man over the middle. It's his wide out, and they've got quite a drive going on. 1st and goal now, single back formation for UTEP as Lemison drops back. Looking, overthrows his man, and it's picked up by Corey Jones. Oh, come on, get down, big man, get down. There we go. Takes the knee. No points for you, UTEP. 1st and 10, Wyoming. And after Wyoming goes 3 and out, UTEP will get one more shot here. Single back formation as Lemison drops back. Looking, fires right side. That is dangerously thrown as Nzacha was there on the coverage. Almost picked it off. 2nd and 10 now as UTEP is lined up in the gun. 3 wide. As Lemison drops back. He's going to fire right side down deep. And overthrows his man. 3rd and 10 now for UTEP. Here comes Lemison out of the single back formation. He's got 3 wide. Calling an audible as he drops back. Looking, fires left side, deep downfield. There's coverage there, and it's picked off. Ruff makes the interception, and he's got room. And he'll be shoved out just short of the 40-yard line. And boy, Wyoming has been on a whole nother level this half. And the Cowboys are coming out pistols ablazing as the score right now, 21-10. Wyoming pulling out all the stops on offense and on defense. So far, Bruce and Brett Smith have been the huge factors in this game on offense. So UTEP will start off the 3rd quarter as they come out in the single back formation. And Lemison drops back. He'll fire over the middle. He's got Harrison right side, and that is his 6th catch of the day. No touchdowns yet, but 77 yards thus far. They'll come out in the single back formation, 4 wide. Lemison drops back. Fires quickly over the middle. That one is almost picked off. 2nd and 10, shotgun formation. They've got split backs. As Lemison's going to run the option, and that is broken up immediately for a 4-yard loss. Lemison takes the snap. Steps up, fires over the middle, that's trail, and that's another long completion on 3rd and long. Single back formation, they've got 3 wide. Wyoming looking to bring pressure, and they do. And Jeffrey on the handoff will go nowhere. That is Justin Bernthaler in the backfield. That brings up 2nd and 13 now. Back out in the single back formation, 3 wide, just a different look now. As they bring the tight end Perry in motion to the right side. It's going to be a handoff to Jeffrey, who will be stopped for a gain of 5. 3rd and 8 now. Come on, Pokes, let's get a stop on this one. It's UTEP in the shotgun here on 3rd and 8. 3 wide. They're going to run a counter to Jeffrey, and he's fighting his way to the 1st down marker, and he will not get it. They're saying 4th and inches. Pistol formation as they have an offset look to the right side. Smith, he's going to call McNeil in motion. Fakes the handoff to both him and Miller. And Smith steps up. He's in trouble, and he's sacked. That'll be only a loss of 2, but 2nd and 12 now. And I think Wyoming has to be thinking, score now, because UTEP is this close from breaking it open. As they line up in the I formation with 2 wide. Smith's going to hand it off to Miller. Nope, it's trickeration time. How about this? The flea flicker as he hits Bruce over the middle on a nice little design. 11 yards there. It'll be 3rd and 1. Strong formation. They've got the big boys out there as Miller comes straight up the middle. He's got the 1st down and finding his way for a few more yards. A good day thus far for Miller as he picks up the 1st. And Smith will take the snap. They've got the screen set up for Miller, who does not pick up much on that. It'll be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 now. 2nd and 7 now as Wyoming comes out in that offset wing pistol formation again. And Smith is actually going to change the play here. Now they're coming out in the single back formation. Looks like a bit of a bunch look. As Smith will take the snap. And he is sacked immediately. Well, that was a poor formation change there, as they had Ruffin lined up at tight end, and no wonder the defensive end blew right past him as Smith drops back to pass here, and he's going to be sacked again. 4th and 17, Wyoming's going to have to punt. 1st and 10, out of the shotgun. And there's Lemiason, hand off to Nathan Jeffrey, who will stumble forward for 7. 3rd and 3 now, shotgun formation. Lemiason drops back. Fires over the middle, and he's got Edwards. And he'll pass midfield. 1st and 10 now for UTEP. Single back formation here on 1st and 10. As he brings a man in motion to the left side. It's its tight end. Lemiason takes the snap. Fires left side. That's Perry wide open. Nobody covered him. Shotgun 4 wide. Lemiason's going to run the option again. They pitch it out to Jeffrey. He breaks a tackle. And he's stopped for a 5-yard gain. Single back formation here for 2nd and 5 as UTEP is knocking on the door. Here they come. Straight up the middle to Jeffrey. And he is stopped, but not before he gets the first down of a 1st and goal for UTEP. 2nd and goal now. Let's see if Wyoming can make the goal line stand here. Here he comes in motion, and Lemiason tossed to Jeffrey, and that is broken up in the backfield, and Zacha's gotcha. 3rd and goal, and UTEP is going to spread them out. 4 wide. And Lemiason's running the option again, and everyone converged on him, and no one on Jeffrey. That is a touchdown, a 4-yard run for Nathan Jeffrey, and UTEP will more than likely be going for 2. And here they come, single back formation with 4 wide. If I'm Wyoming, I'm looking for something straight up the middle. And here it comes, and they stop it. That's Devin Harris on the stop. But UTEP still scores the touchdown. It's a 2-point game now after a very nice drive. Game's not quite over, Wyoming. Let's see how they respond here on 1st and 10. They come out in the offset I formation. As Smith will put Bruce in motion, he'll line up as a wide receiver now. And Smith will take the snap. Here comes the pressure, and he just gets it off in time, but it'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 now as Wyoming comes out now in the pistol formation. Sutton and Miller in the backfield as they're lined up in a what I can describe as an off-balance line look, and the handoff will go to Sutton, who will sprint right side and picks up a gain of 7. 3rd and 3 now for Wyoming. Pistol formation with 3 wide here on 3rd and 3. As Smith drops back the pass, he'll look. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That ball never had a chance. That pass never had a chance as UTEP takes it back on a pick 6. You've got, look, there's no chance for that pass. That is not the kind of throw you can make in the 4th quarter on 3rd and 3. And UTEP takes the lead 25-21 on the return by James. On the shotgun formation here for the 2-point conversion. Lemiason will pass this time over the middle, and it's broken up. Where have you gone, Wyoming offense? 21 points in the first half. They have done nothing in the first half as UTEP has scored 15 unanswered. They're going to try again here. Play action to Miller. He's going to fire deep downfield. He's got Ruffin! A huge completion, and excuse me, apparently we've been there the entire time. A deep bomb puts them in scoring position now as Ruffin makes the biggest play of the game. And now the question is, can Wyoming milk the clock enough but still get a score in? Full house formation as they'll hand it off to Miller straight up the middle. He'll pick up a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 now.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Jumbo set I formation here on 2nd and 4 now as they bring a man in motion. And Smith will hand it off to Miller straight up the middle again, this time only for a gain of 2. A huge 3rd and 2 now. I just think you got to go play action and let McNeil make a play on the outside. They do go play action. Smith will roll right. He'll fire, and that's the boost. That's loose. The go-ahead touchdown is scored. Wyoming scores again, and Big Bruce, having a big day, makes the big play for the go-ahead score. A triple dip, the hat trick by Spencer Bruce, the former defensive end, making the huge play. And War Memorial is alive again as Lamison drops back. He'll fire left side towards the sideline, batted away. That is incomplete. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Single back formation for UTEP as Wyoming's looking to bring the heat, and they do. Over the middle, and that's a drop by Perry. 3rd and 10 now. Here we go. Lamison will fire left side to Harrison, who will pick up the first down. Huge day for him. That puts him over 100 yards. Lamison takes the snap. Looking, rolling right now. He's going to fire over the middle of the field, and Perry makes the catch. And UTEP is now past midfield. This is our house. Let's get a stop here, Wyoming. 1st and 10 inside our territory. As Lamison takes the snap from the gun. He'll fire left side. That's in coverage, and it's broken up. 2nd and 10 now. Staying in the gun, 4 wide. He'll take the snap. Fires right side, and that one is almost picked off by Blair Burns. You got to catch that one and end it. But it will be 3rd and 10 now. In the single back formation, War Memorial standing up for their boys as they bring the heat. And he's going to fire. That's in coverage again. Broken up. One more play. 4th and 10 now. 4th and 10. They don't convert here, game over. They only have 2 timeouts left. Lamison fires over the middle. It's dropped. Houston, you have a problem. It's ball control. 1st down, Wyoming. And we're one more kneel down from party time. A winning record thus far this year for Wyoming. There it is, 2-1, as UTEP gives a bit of a scare to Wyoming as they put in a tight competition here. 28-25 is the final score here at War Memorial Stadium as UTEP fought very hard today. But no doubt in my mind, the player of the game, the big playmaker, Big Brucey, here with 4 receptions, 102 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the day. And hey, maybe tight ends can win the Heisman. This is Jack Sable here. You know where to find me on Monday mornings, and I'm signing out.